as well as a companion video for a write-up and a review that I had done on stimulatedboredom.com for the Bose Soundlink wireless mobile speaker. A bit of a mouthful, say that 3 times fast. So I thought I'd give you guys a tour of the device, as well as give you an example of the sound that comes out of the Soundlink for those trying to get a sense of how much sound can come out of such a small device. So this is the Soundlink right here. I went with the standard version, which is $299, and it comes with this gray vinyl cover, which is actually magnetic. It works very similarly to the smart cover that comes with the iPad 2, in that if you close the cover, it actually shuts down the device, but it also acts as a stand if you want to place this on a desktop. Take it with you into the kitchen when you're cooking, you're outside getting some sun, in the bedroom, or if you're taking over to a friend's house, it's very, very portable. Now with this one, it actually comes with this black metal grill. It comes with automotive grade aluminum around the outside, black plastic trim, and then when closed, in terms of the buttons, you have the power button, you have the auxiliary button, the Bluetooth button, the mute button, the volume down, and the volume up. So not a lot of features in terms of the button, because that's pretty much all that you're going to need. And then along the back, you have the AC plug for power, you have a USB port for future firmware updates, and then of course an auxiliary plug if you want to connect another device that is not Bluetooth enabled. There is another version that is out there, that is the high-end version. There is no difference in terms of the sound or the components. It is just simply mostly all chrome, and then it also comes with a leather cover case if you want that. And you can actually change these covers out, as a matter of fact. This one came with the gray vinyl, but as you can see here, they're actually Allen screws that if you buy a new cover, I think there's a pink one, a red one, a purple one, a blue one. There's different leather ones, so you can switch that out if you want to personalize it in any way, shape, or form. Now the device itself, and the premium quote-unquote version, which again the only difference is chrome basically all across the board, no plastic, and having that leather case, goes for $349. But again, there is no difference in terms of the components. It's just kind of external aesthetics. Now the device itself actually can pair to 6 different devices, so you can connect your cell phone, your iPad, a laptop, a computer. It'll remember 6 devices, so once you've paired them, then it'll have that in the memory. If for some reason you pair more than that, then what it'll do is it'll delete the least used device that's been paired to it in the past. Now obviously you can only have one device playing on it at one time, and if you were to switch devices, let's say I'm using my cell phone but I want to switch to the iPad, it'll try to connect to the last device that was connected to it. If you're switching the device, just a simple push of the Bluetooth button will put it into connection mode, and it'll pick up on one of the other devices that you've paired to it that is stored inside of its memory. So I thought I'd give a quick example. I have it connected to my trusty Evo right now. So I already have the Bluetooth enabled on the phone, just a simple push of the power button. That audio tune or tone basically indicates that it is now connected to the device. You also see it by the persistent Bluetooth symbol there that basically lets you know that it's connected. And then from here, I'm going to go ahead and launch Spotify. Now this works very similarly to when you have like an auxiliary connection, so therefore you can control the volume on your device itself. So if I turn the volume up or down on my cell phone or on my iPad, it will have an effect on the volume here. What I like to do is turn the volume up to a maximum of 80%, or roughly 80% on my device, and so therefore I can play with the volume on the Soundlink itself. One of the great things is based on the digital sound processing, it'll actually compress the sound if you go at higher volume. So if you have it at max volume, the sound is a little bit flatter, but it compresses it so that the sound never sounds distorted. So I would rather have a flattened sound than to have a distorted sound that makes you feel like your speakers are going to be blown out at any time. So I have the phone set to 80%. It's paired right now, so I'm going to go ahead and play some music and give you an example of the sound that comes out of it. And I'll also play with the volumes a bit. You'll find that the sound is very fat, meaning it's got a lot of bass, the highs and the mids. It actually has 4 speakers. There are 2 here on the right and 2 here on the left, and then there's also 2 dual opposing speakers that basically create the low frequency or the bass, and the bass comes out of the front as well in the back. I also found that if you put the Soundlink someplace where there's a wall nearby, it helps with the bass reflex and gives you a fuller sound. So anyway, without further ado, I'll play some music at different volumes, and hopefully you'll get a sense. I'm going to go ahead and turn the microphone so that it's pointed more toward the speaker so that you guys can hear the speaker more than you hear me.